Hey guys, what's up? Brian Savage here with you. As I said earlier in a video I did today, I have to restring the Takamine Santa Fe, and want to go over a couple things about this. This is a model TSF 48C, or it's called the Santa Fe, and it has the cool tube preamp in it, and this one is actually the CTP3. Try that 3 times fast. And it actually has a tube in it, a 12 AU7. I don't know if it would be able to even be caught. You can kind of see a glimmer of it in there. There by the fat E string. You see it in there shining. Let me see if I can get a better shot without blinding you guys. Let's see here. Get this shine up in there. Nah, not without doing some hokey pokery. So we'll not bother with that. Anyway, it is a solid spruce top, and it's a one-piece top. This is, like I said before, this is the second one I had. The other one I had actually had a book match spruce top, but it was still solid, but it was 2-piece. And the binding color was a little different. This one is a solid rosewood sides and back. Nice little inlay in between there. I don't know if you guys will be able to make it out, but this guitar's name is Lady. And a real good friend of mine wrote that on there for me. Lisa, if you're watching this, thanks. When I got this guitar, because I have horrendous handwriting. And story goes, when I got this guitar, the day I got it, I actually went out and played an open mic with it. And a gentleman I know showed up and played the song Lady Down on Love by Alabama and did a phenomenal job on it. And I just started calling the guitar Lady, and it stuck. It has a mahogany neck, and there's no scarf joint or any kind of craziness in that. Beautiful mahogany neck. It has an ebony fingerboard. It is 1.675 inches or 42.5 millimeters at the nut, and it is a bone nut. Natural gloss finish over the entire guitar. Has scalloped X bracing on the top. And the inlays, they call these inlays native eagles. Those are supposed to be eagles, is what they call that. I don't get eagles out of it, but I still think they're beautiful abalone. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's a 25.3 inches, I believe, is what the scale length is on it, which is 643 millimeters. And it has an 11.81 radius, which is 300 millimeters. So it's really close to a 12-inch, 12.5 inch. It's kind of a Les Paul feel in the flat of it. That's kind of the radius it has a feel to. The bridge is made out of rosewood, and again the saddles, it's a split bone saddle. And these little here, and here, you probably won't make them out, but there's little dots there, and I believe that's how they get some of the electronics through, or something along that nature. I've never taken all that apart, never probably will. If it gets to the point where that's lifting out and all this, it's time for probably another one, but I doubt this ever will. I take pretty good care of it, although I do play it a lot, and it is the one I play out, so it sees the road, but it's taking it wonderfully. I had some reservations that had a tube inside it. And I'm thinking, wow, all that vibration and this and that. But it's a 12 AU7. It's only getting, I think, 6 volts to it. And it's only 1/2 of the tube that's being used. With all that being said, you know, it's probably not getting, it will, if it's pitch dark and you look up in there, you can kind of see a little bit of a glow, but not much. So it's, you know, the heater's not that hot. It's not going to mess up, dry out anything. I've not had any problems with dryness in this, although I do keep it in here, and I keep a little humidifier going a lot and watch my humidity in here, so who knows. I haven't had any problems with it though, and it doesn't seem to get hot enough to, you know, make any marks or anything, you know, crazy inside. It has a dovetail joint neck, and yeah, again, be hard to make out on camera, but this is the neck. It kind of comes down like this wood, and from here to here is another piece of wood. It's on that heel that is on there. On the back of the neck, there's no volute. Has a good break angle. Gold-plated tuners and amber knobs on it. There's a sticker on it. It is inspected in the USA by someone long rubbed off. Ha! And it is made in Japan. Yes, Japan. Japanese made. I'm going to, first off, I always look down any guitar, sight the neck. Look down the neck. And I look down on both sides to see, is there any twist to the neck? Is there a bow to the neck? Is there a back curve to the neck? There should be a slight bow. Acoustic guitars especially are susceptible to what I call heel hump. And that's right here, where the fretboard meets the body, right there at the heel. They're real susceptible to getting a hump right there. And when that happens, it can be bad news. Say hi, Obi. I'm sure everybody would like to see you clean yourself. That's my baby. Speaking of cleaning, before I was so rudely interrupted, oh, and also that's where your jack pin is. Really nice jack pin. I'm going to give it a clean. Check the neck relief. We do that by using a capo. If I can find where I have mine. There we go. We're going to capo on the first fret. And when I say on the first fret, I truly mean on the first fret. Unlike when you're capoing to play, where you put it like your finger just behind the fret, I like to put it right down on the fret when I'm measuring neck relief. That way I know I have contact all the way across, all that good junk. And then I hold this one 17th fret, and you'll have to forgive me, I got to put my eyes on and tilt this light this way so I can measure this. And I take a set of automotive feeler gauges, just regular automotive feeler gauges you can get. And I like to run about 10 to 12 thousandths. Or let's see, a 10 thousandths is 0.254 millimeters. And at the 7th fret, under this 7th fret, slide this under here. And I just want to be able to slide it in there where it makes contact but does not lift the string. And we're right at 10 thousandths, so I'm not going to mess with this. It runs pretty good. I don't have much trouble. I run usually the same gauge strings on this all the time, and those are 12 to 52s is what I run on this, and I run the same brand of strings, and I won't say what they are because, you know, everyone will say, oh, that's the worst brand in the world, and I don't get endorsed by any string company, so use the brand that you like and use the gauge that you like. All I will tell you is the gauge of strings matters, and it matters on that neck relief. The bigger the gauge, and in different compounds. Also, whether it's flat wound or round wound, these are round wounds, but flat wound strings carry more tension than round wound strings because there's more surface area. So all those things will factor in how you have to adjust your truss rod and how much tension is on this neck. Again, I run the same strings, the same brand of strings, and before I take these strings off, it's the first thing I check is neck relief. For any guitar, this is the procedure I do. Sight it, look it over, see if there's any crazy body hump, see if there's any heel hump, sight that neck, take a look at it, then actually tune to pitch. That's a little out of tune, but that's okay. That way, there's tension on the neck where you play it. Now, and when I say tune to pitch, if you don't play in standard pitch, then don't tune it to standard pitch and check your neck relief, because, again, higher tunings, more tension, lower tunings, less tension, changes how much neck relief's in there, and that is so important. I don't know how many times I've had people come over and with acoustic guitars, electric guitars alike, bass guitars, and say either my action's crazy, the string action, the distance between the bottom of the string and the fretboard, it'd be too high or too low, and if it's too low it's buzzing, if it's too high it's hard to play and it's hard to intonate. And most of the time in electric guitars they start messing with all the works down here and they get it way out of whack, and then I got to go back in and reset the radius and all that jazz. And most of the time, it's simply they needed to address their truss rod. It's simple to do, easy to do. This one here adjusts inside. You probably won't be able to see it. But anyway, right down in here, no, it's not picking it up at all. No, don't want to. Anyway, that is where the truss rod adjusts in this one. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. It still applies to either side. So, next thing I'm going to do is take the strings off, and then I'm going to go through and probably clean the schmutz off the fretboard. And then I want to go through, and I do want to address some of these frets. I've got some pretty good dents I'd like to crown out. Yeah, I haven't done it in about, a year or better. They're not flat yet, so I hate to do it. But I got some pretty good dents going. I got some pretty good flatness going on down here too, so yeah, a little bit. Anyway, we'll go through all those procedures. These are stainless frets too, I believe, if I remember correctly, and those are hard. So, hard. Hard means that it takes forever to polish them, but by golly, once you do, they stay that way for a while. Alright guys, well, I'll say cheers for now. I'll pause it. I'll come back with you when I got it all done, clean, pretty, set up, and let you take a little sparkly listen before I sign this video off. Any questions, please leave a comment. Any comments, I take them all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Also, please subscribe, like, all that good jazz. Your support is very well appreciated, and this appreciates you viewing. Have yourself a beautiful day.